like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I want to talk about was merch. You obviously have had a diverse background that we've already talked about, and I'm sure that there's a lot of like influence from your background that goes into your merch.
Hmm.
What kind of like what made you make merch in the first place? Like, I remember you telling me about the whole Facebook Marketplace where you kind of like bought things,
Hmm.
refurbished them, and then resold them. You said that you were also a sneakerhead. You were into fashion. What made you want to make merch in the first place?
Um, I mean, it's always a content creator's dream to be able to have merch, but being able to make merch that people could actually wear in public and not feel uncomfortable in some sort of way. I always wanted different merch. So, a lot of content creators out nowadays, and there's nothing wrong with this. They just slap their logo on a Gildan tee and call it a day. Um, I'm really, really, really into streetwear and fashion and all that stuff. So my first merch drop went terrible. I worked with a company I'm not going to say the name of. Um, Not only did they financially screw me over really bad, of course, merch is not, I do not care about the money for the merch, and we can get into that in a second here, but um, they screwed me over financially really bad. Not only that, but the quality of the products were awful. I've had some people that had the front logo on the back and the back logo on the front and holes in the shirt. Terrible company. That's why I don't go through online companies like Teespring, or that wasn't the company I went through, but like companies like that where you just send them a graphic
Yeah,
and they send stuff out to your fans. I went local
yeah,
for my last merch drop, and I made all the ideas myself. So there was that trust issues concept that I had where it was a t-shirt. It had a rib cage on the front. In the back, there was multiple stab wounds, and then it said trust issues on the bottom, and the front had a knife through the heart. That is something that I made myself through the concept because I have been through, and everybody has been through certain situations where family, friends, or whoever has stabbed you in the back and has hurt you. And, that's something where I want to wear what I've been through to help me get to where I want to be at in the future. Holding on to the past is not healthy. So that concept was really deep, and that was the bestseller of my second merch drop. It took 3 weeks to find the quality of shirts that I wanted. Um, like I said, with the pricing financially, you can tell I didn't do it for the money because the cost of the last merch drop for the company to make the long sleeve was $52.50, and I sold it for 55. So I was only making $2.50 while there's merch out there where people are making like 20, 25 bucks a shirt. So that's just a little idea to keep in mind. But for this merch drop, it was heavily on mental health. It's fall winter 2020 drop. I plan to do them seasonal. Um, this drop has a few really really amazing pieces on it, uh, going around sadness, emotions, anxiety, and we have a more quote unquote normal design on there because a lot of my merch is inspired by um, brands like Most People Are Dead on Instagram, Bad Memory Club. There's Warren Lotus. A lot of these like grudge kind of one of one custom pieces type of look.
hmm
And I get inspired by a lot of other companies and their designs and stuff like that. So I understand that my merch drops are really deep and really grudgy, and people, like I said, think I glamorize mental health in this drop. But actually, 10% of all earnings are going to mental health awareness charity, and I'm donating $5,000 myself January 1st, 2021, when the merch drops over. So on this merch drop, we have, I believe, 5 or 6 different designs on hoodies, crew necks, long sleeves, t-shirts, and then some stuff from the second drop is on there as well from Overstock. So that's pretty much the rundown with the merch. I really care about it. I put my all into it. Make sure the quality's literally the top line. It's stuff that you can wear. It's not just a cringy logo, and it may be deep, but you know, sometimes that's just what I like to wear. I like to wear stuff that likes to express, who I am. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, and like I was saying before, like a lot of your community, I feel like can definitely like uh relate to you with your past demons and stuff, and your
Hmm.
merch definitely like your merch, like you were saying, like a lot of content creators just slap a logo on there. Like
Right.
obviously, if you buy that, you're supporting the content creator that you're wearing, but yours carries like a whole different weight to it. It's not just a logo. It's not just a simple design. It's not just like a cursive writing of somebody's name. It has its own meaning. It's got its own backstory that you could write a book about. So it's
Yep.
definitely every piece is unique with looking the same. Of like say if somebody buys the trust issues one, like
Hmm.
each one just carries its own weight to it.
Yeah,
So it's
each concept really means a lot to me. And I like to look back, and I would like to look back one day and be like, wow, this is where it began, and here's where we're at when it comes to merch wise. Because like I said, each drop has a different concept, and the second drop was cool, but this is my favorite drop by far, and I feel like every drop from here on out is gonna just get better and better, and you know, who knows, maybe people that don't even watch video games could end up liking my merch and purchasing it. Like people have at the store in my city, they have a section in store of my merch, and there's people that don't even know who I am, doesn't watch gaming, has purchased the trust issues concept just for the simple fact of the concept behind it. So that's what kind of where I would like to be at in the future, is to be able to sell merch to people that don't even watch gaming stuff, that they're simply just into fashion and really like the concept of teas and stuff.
That's actually really sick to hear. Is it just in the one shop that you kind of like bought these or not bought, but kind of like printed the shirts with locally? Is it only in that
Yep.
shop or is it in a couple more?
So it's the screen printing company. They're called Iron Empire here in my city. I live in Erie, Pennsylvania. They have a storefront, and that's um, where the people who know me locally can go and buy the merch without ordering it and then having to
Mhm.
get it shipped to the same city. So they have a store out front. They plan on getting a store in the mall sometime in the future, in the next like month or two, and I'm going to be doing a fan meetup there, of course, with masks and taking safety precautions. But
Mhm.
my merch will be there as well for anybody that's remotely in the area from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo. It's a 2-hour drive. So, I'd like to, get a nice fan meetup at the store and sign a bunch of people's merch and stuff, meet a lot of people. So,
That's actually sick to hear. Big plans actually. You
yeah.
said it was from Iron Empire?
Yep. IronEmpireClothing.com.
And you said that they were in Pennsylvania?
Yep.
I didn't know that. As soon as you said the company, I knew exactly who you were talking about. That's actually insane. I got family that lives up in Pennsylvania, so that's actually kind of insane
Yeah.
that you
They
said
were
that.
on,
Small world.
he was on one of the, it was a TV show a while ago. I forgot the name of it. It was something like a billionaire something,
Shark Tank? Was it
maybe.
that?
Iron
To where like he pitches
Empire.
ideas.
No, it was like more of like a it was inside the Undercover Billionaire. So he was on that Undercover
Oh,
Billionaire.
Undercover Boss? That thing?
No, it's literally called Undercover Billionaire.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like a show on Hulu, and
Okay.
a lot of people know Iron Empire from that. He was on that show, so
That's actually cool.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I know you said that they're going to be moving or trying to not necessarily move, but expand into a mall.
Yep.
I'm sure your designs are doing well in the shop, the standalone shop, but if that I swear if your designs get into a mall, I know a lot of the malls, cuz I have a really massive mall like
Mhm.
literally 5 minutes away from me if you walk, drive like 2 minutes, like so close. And a lot of the designs that sell extremely quick, because I used to work at a Foot Locker, which is kind of really close to a t-shirt and kind of like sweatshirt and just clothing shop in general.
Yeah.
Dude, there was this I don't know the name of the company, but there was like these kind of like drops that look very similar to yours and kind of had the same concept with the deeper meaning behind it. And they always just like had them hung up where exactly where I could see it from. and they would just sell so quick. And I know a lot of people that go to the mall are usually in the I don't know, like teens or like
Mhm.
early 20s or 30s, and I feel like that's kind of like the market that really connects with what you're kind of dropping. So I feel like going into a mall would just be absolutely massive for you.
Right. Right. It'd be really cool, yeah.
Um, for smaller creators, when would you say is a smart time to kind of create your own merch? Like, is there any point that's just it's too early, or like when would you say is a smart time to be able to drop merch for somebody who's like coming up?
It's honestly up to the creator's opinion. It's up to how close they are with their fan base. If I mean, it doesn't hurt to only sell 1 shirt or 2 shirts, but if you're gonna do something like I did locally, companies won't really wanna work with you if you're only gonna be, getting a shirt or 2 made. It's never a bad thing though. So honestly, you can make merch whenever. I have a buddy of mine who did his merch through the same first company that I did my merch from, and he's a very very small creator, and he'll probably sell like 1 to 5, maybe 10 shirts in a month, which isn't bad, but um, so I guess to answer that question, I guess it's all up to your own knowledge of your community. It doesn't hurt to not sell anything, and it doesn't hurt to sell 5 or 10 pieces to the mods in your stream or close friends that watch your stream.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say there's really necessarily a threshold or anything like that where you would have to hit to be like, okay, I think merch is a good idea now.